Hello there! Today I'm here to tell you about a book called Divergent. This book is the first in a series. The other titles are Insurgent and Allegiant. I've stayed up for hours on end because of how absolutely glued to this book I was. Well, that's at least what the author paid me to say. Now, let's get down to the story itself. This book takes place in a future dystopian Chicago, and that's basically the only reason I wanted to read this book in the first place. Chicago is also now separated into factions, each believing in different ways to live. These factions are called Amity, the peaceful, Abnegation, the selfless, Candor, the honest, Dauntless, the brave, and Erudite, the intelligent. Our story follows Beatrice Pryor, who has a brother named Caleb. They're both born into abnegation, but they can choose their faction in just a few days, at age 16. But before you choose, you have to take an aptitude test that will show you which faction best suits you. When Beatrice takes her test, she finds out that she has qualities of 3 different factions: Abnegation, Erudite, and Dauntless. This makes her Divergent. On choosing day, Triss decides to leave Abnegation and join Dauntless, while her brother Caleb chooses Erudite. She immediately leaves for the Dauntless compound to join her new faction. When she arrives, she renames herself Triss, and then meets the faction leader, Four. They were going to give me this guy's role in the movie, but I was just too handsome. To become an official member, you need to pass through initiation. Initiation is broken down into 3 stages. The first stage involves hand-to-hand combat and using weapons. Stage 2 involves simulations that test your ability to cope with your fears. And the final stage is the most difficult of all, the fear landscape. Triss struggles through Stage 1, but passes Stage 2 with flying colors due to being divergent. Because she's divergent, she can manipulate the simulations and be aware of her surroundings, while others cannot.
This isn't real.
The fear landscape is a simulation in which everyone, not just Divergent, are aware that they are in a simulation and have to react to their fears. Before Triss goes through Stage 3, Four invites her into his fear landscape, where she learns his real name, Tobias, and where his nickname comes from, the incredibly low amount of fears in his landscape. 4. It's also revealed that Tobias, is just like Triss. He's divergent as well. Before Triss goes into her final test, Tobias shares with her that the Erudite plan on using the Dauntless to wage war against the Abnegation, her former faction. Triss gets through her fear landscape with an astonishingly low 7 fears, second only to Tobias. After her fear landscape, she is injected with a serum that all Dauntless are being injected with in case they go missing. Final rankings are posted soon after, and Triss finds out that she is ranked first. But before she can even celebrate, she comes across an awful realization. The serum that all the Dauntless have just been injected with is how the Erudite will carry out their plan of attack against the Abnegation. The plan is carried out that night, and the serum transforms all Dauntless into sleeping warriors under a simulation, and their only command is to kill all of the Abnegation. But this serum does not affect Triss and Tobias, for they're divergent. The two try to escape, but they're captured by Erudite leader Janine, the mastermind behind this entire evil plot. She injects Four with a new serum that affects the Divergent and sentences Triss to death. Oh, what's that? You want to know how the book ends? Well, I'm sorry, but your favorite English teacher, Miss Schott, didn't want to know how it ends, and she's going to be reading this book to us in the future. So, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching.